The only other thing I had for this movie was there was so much thigh in this movie. The
there
shorts
was.
were short as hell.
All the shorts were short. I was like, Will Smith. Honestly, Will Smith should have done a couple squats for this one. Like he could have toned up his thighs a little bit for this one.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Danielle.
And I'm Dell.
And this is the Black Catch-Up, where we're catching up on iconic black media we missed out on in our more conservative religious childhood.
All right. All right, so this week we had another recent one.
Yes.
King Richard.
Yeah, it just came out on HBO Max, so it's on HBO Max, and it's also in theaters now. So, as always, IMDb. A look at how tennis superstars Venus and Serena Williams became who they are after the coaching from their father, Richard Williams.
Okay. Yeah, as usual.
Let's see.
Yeah, things we liked.
Yes.
Let's see. I guess I'll kick it off.
Yeah.
I liked Will Smith's acting in this one.
Yeah, he was really good.
Yeah, really good. A lot of emotion, just like seeing him like yell at coaches.
He changed his voice and everything too.
Yeah, like seeing him yell at coaches, seeing him yell at, or not yell at, but like have those like conversations with, those, I forget what they were coming for, to like sign Venus, I guess, or something along, or get her to play in tournaments.
Coaches?
Yeah, managers, agents, whatever they are.
Yeah,
but seeing him like tell off them. I really like the scene where the neighbors called like, I guess, Child Protective Services on them.
Oh, I loved that scene. And I loved it especially for the mom character, because she didn't like yell at her. She was like, don't make me come over here again. And I was like,
yeah,
I felt that.
I
felt
chilling.
that. That was great.
I love that too. But yeah, just across the board, I thought Will Smith did a good job in this one.
Yeah. He even changed his voice and everything. He was good. I said he did a great job playing a frustrating and messy character. So I thought that was really good. Because Richard was very flawed, as you can see from the show, or the movie. But I think he did a really good job playing with them. One of the specific scenes that I had that I really liked was one of the first scenes with both of them in training, like Venus with Paul and Serena with her mother, just like the whole juxtaposition of them like both working just as hard, and kind of like Serena's also kind of learning from the coach through the videotapes. I just like the little touch of them like both doing the drills, but like one of them's on like a fancy court and the other is just like in their hometown court. I just really like that scene. It looked really good.
Okay, yeah, I guess kind of going off some things we talked about as well. I really liked the mom character.
Just like, it was so great.
Yeah, just like the role she played, like she didn't have like a wasted line, you know, like every time she spoke, like it was something that like needed to be said, or just something like very powerful. Yeah. And I just thought like her role in that sense was just really good, and how she like stood up to Richard as well, you know, like
she did a great job.
Yeah, there was I know there was that scene at where I think he says like, oh, my daughters aren't going in tournaments, and gets rid of the first coach. And she's like I signed up to stand by you, but I'm not going to be silent on this. You know, like like little scenes like that I thought were very good.
Yeah. She had a nice quiet power about her. Where like kind of you see her and you're like, oh, she's just kind of like along for the ride, but she's like, no. Especially in that scene where they're fighting in the kitchen. After he pulls Venus out of the tournament so they can go to Disney World or something like that, and she's like, you think that you're doing everything? I'm doing things too. I'm the one who's going to take double shifts so that that we still have a roof over our head and do this, and like just the very unappreciated, not as vocal like things that she did, where it's like she's definitely in there, she's definitely working, she's definitely doing just as much as him, but because it's not like, because she's not, I guess, in front of the camera is what I'll say. He's almost like discounting the fact that she's working just as hard to get those girls where they need to be. Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, okay. Scenes. We have to talk about the tennis. It looked really good. I never got tired anytime they did the serve, where they like throw the ball up and you like see them like go to hit that initial serve with so much power. Like they did that quite a few times. Didn't get tired of it once. But just the scene of Venus absolutely dominating her first competition and all the little white kids getting mad.
Loved
it.
Yeah. No, I really like that scene too. Honestly, I liked all of the tennis as well. That was actually my next point as well. Like, and I also pointed out that like there was a lot of tennis in this movie, which was good, you know. And I think like a lot of times these like sports movies will have like, you know, a lot of the sport or not enough of the sport, or the sport will look weird. Like I don't even remember if like the Colin Kaepernick one had a lot of football in it, you know. But
no, Colin Kaepernick had a lot of baseball in it though.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably why I didn't remember the football, because it was like so much baseball, you know.
He had like a couple of bits dedicated to football, but most of it was like about baseball somehow.
Yeah, and I don't even think there was a lot of like baseball game clips, game footage either, you know.
No,
but this one had like a lot of tennis, which like could have been a problem, but it was done so like tastefully, like
it was done really well.
Yeah, and I guess tennis is a sport that kind of lends to that, because you know there are like I guess breaks in between sets where like, you know, they can make eye contact with the parents. You see like it was just done really well.
Yeah, it looked so good. Even like the training for it looked really good too. Because sometimes like training in movies can also look a little funky as well, but like even the training for it like looked so amazing.
Oh, and one more thing, they didn't rely on like a training montage or anything. Like it was like consistent. It was just consistent training scenes throughout the movie, and it just felt like they should be there, you know.
Yeah, it wasn't like, or they were. It almost felt like the scene that I mentioned was almost a montage, just because of the way but it wasn't like a traditional montage is what I would say. Where you think it's like a long, like sprawling 2.5, 3 minute scene with like a soundtrack. Like, no, it was like they were training, they were working hard. It was it kind of shot like almost like what Richard was doing, the training videos. It shot like a training video. More so than a montage, I guess. I think, speaking of actresses that are people in the show, the actress who played Venus, really good. She did a really good job of conveying like her love for the sport of tennis and trusting her dad, but also like being upset with him and frustrated with him. I thought she did a great job. Same with everyone in the cast was really good, to be honest. But I also think, I feel as though a lot of times you don't shout out the like teen younger actors, but like the mini Venus and Serena did a great job.
Okay. The last thing I had was the end scene. I just really like how they ended the movie with, you know, her losing that battle, but like walking out and seeing not her walking out, her like, we see her like crying in the locker room, like to her dad and everything. And then she walks out and like everyone's cheering her, and like you just see her, she's been such an inspiration.
No,
so
it's not everyone. It's black
ending.
people. Black people. Like, she changed the game for black people in tennis.
Yeah.
And then she goes out and it's like she may not have won, but she did that. She's like becoming the next big thing, I guess.
Yeah.
So I guess negatives if you don't have anything else, right?
Yeah. You can start negatives.
Yes.
Let's see.
I can start this one.
Yeah.
Oh, unless you want to.
No, go ahead.
Okay. So, this is the second time we'll be referencing this movie on this show. This movie gave me a bit of Uncut Gem vibes with Richard.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Which made me so uncomfortable. And half the time when Richard was talking to people, I was on the side of the person he was talking to and not him. Just with like all the coaches and all his like kind of back and forth that he was doing and being so just like dedicated to this plan that he had for them. Just like it gave me Uncut Gem vibes. And if anyone knows me, they know I didn't like Uncut Gems because it made me so it was so like stressful. And I was like kind of like in the Venus camp where I was like, I just want her to play tennis. Like, let's go. I want her to play tennis. And it wasn't in a Colin Kaepernick way where it was like, why are we futzing around? We know he does this. It was kind of like, no, I feel like her frustration at not being able to get out into the game. And like, now I'm frustrated with her dad in an Uncut Gems way. Like, please, can't we play some tennis?
Yeah. No, I was definitely like really annoyed with Richard, like for most of the film, honestly. Like once he started that whole like, hey, I'm not going to let you play games thing, I was like, oh, okay. That's annoying.
Yeah. Like after they won, he was like, it was like after she won her first tournament, he was like, I'm not going to let you brag. And I'm like, bragging to who? She's like at home. Like she's with like her family just saying she did a good job and you're not. And then he made them watch Cinderella to be like, remember, she stayed humble the whole time. And I was like, dude, can't she, like, I kind of get it. Like, I don't want you to brag in front of everybody. Like, I would definitely understand that. But I feel as though it should be a safe space to be at home or, like, with my sisters and be like, yeah, she crushed that person. Like, that person thought they would be so good, but Venus went in there and, like, showed him who's boss. Like, I felt bad that she couldn't even do that.
Yeah, and that's where I felt really psycho, where he was like, oh, I want them to be kids and, like, just live regular kid lives, but, like, they can't do, like, kid-type chatting like that, you know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, like, he definitely made me uncomfortable. Like, there was that one interview he ended with, like, a fart and then walked off, and I was like, whoa, like, let's get this man out of here, you know? But yeah, no, I definitely feel you on, like, the Uncut Gems. For me, it's Pursuit of Happiness vibes, but I guess not Pursuit of Happiness so much, but yeah, because definitely Uncut Gems though, definitely Uncut Gems. Let's see. The only other thing I had was this one was like something I had just seen online that people are kind of upset that it's from Richard's point of view.
That was my next point.
Yeah, and I understand that completely. Like,
yeah,
I don't know, like that whole like really like strict parent, you know, like creating the prodigy. Like, I guess that's not like completely new, you know, like they're not the first ones. Like, I don't think Richard was the first one to do that, but like Venus and Serena, like they actually did that, you know, and like I almost would have liked to see it from one of their perspectives.
Yeah, that's what I said too.
You know,
I said I was like, I don't know what I was expecting, but I wish there was more Venus and Serena in this movie that's technically about their lives. Like, and it's so odd because it's like, I don't know what I'm expecting from a movie called King Richard. Like, King Richard, like, obviously he's going to be, like, an important part in it. But it was kind of like, we were seeing a lot of him, and even in points where it was like, when Venus was losing that final match, we, like, cut to him a lot more than cutting into her face and what was going on. And I guess it made me sad in a way, because it's like, it was almost like their father was always speaking for them. Like, even in those interviews, that one interview where she was at the club and they were, like, asking her how she felt to, like, be playing again after, like, 3 years of not playing. And she answers the question, and then the guy goes in with the follow-up question. A follow-up question I didn't think was too, like, unheard of or like bad, but he like immediately cuts in and is like, she already gave the answer, I want them to be kids, and da 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 da. And I was like, whoa, why are you stopping her from speaking? Like, I don't like that you're not letting her speak for herself. And I think that's what made me sad, that it was like, one, it was told from Richard's point of view, which I was like, I kind of want a Venus and Serena movie where they're the real focal points. And it just made me think like how much, because I don't know their come up really. So I was like, I don't know how like intensely he was involved in that process, and then that made me sad. It's like, these girls, like, granted he's kind of protecting them, which is nice, but on the flip side, it's like you kind of don't like seeing them be robbed of their voice in that way, I guess. Yeah. No, I definitely agree on like them not really having a voice in this one, because there was a point like midway through the movie where like I think Venus said something, I was like, whoa, like, has she even talked this movie? Like there were like a lot of like, again, great tennis scenes, great like facial expressions, like, you know, great like storytelling in that sense, but you know, it didn't seem like they were doing much like talking, or like the focus really was on Richard, much. You know? Yeah, it was very much a Richard movie first and then Venus and Serena second. And again, it's kind of like a hard thing to kind of grapple with because the movie is called King Richard, so it is his story from his perspective, but it's like, I don't want to see the man behind Venus and Serena. I want to see Venus and Serena.
Yeah, no, same. It's less like the movie itself, and it's more of like the context that led to this being about Richard instead of Venus and Serena, you know?
Yeah.
But
the other thing I had was, although I did like the gang members, this movie is 2.5 hours. We could have cut it.
Yeah, I actually forgot about them, but this was a lengthy movie.
It was a lengthy movie. I did like them, especially once they were nice to Richard, and they were like, when John Bernthal's Rick came in, and he like comes in and the gang member's like, whoa, this white guy, what's going on with him? And Richard's like, he's with me, they're okay. He was like, all right, go play your tennis, girls. And I was like, cool, they're nice with the gang or whoever they are. And I was like, but then I was also like, why are we adding a gang thing to this? Like, this movie's 2.5 hours long. Like, let's not.
Yeah. No,
and I think that also speaks to the fact that we were telling Richard's story more so than anything. So that's like, yeah, I guess this would be important to Richard that he had this shuffle with the gang. Like, it would be more important to him. But if we were in the Venus and Serena story, this doesn't matter at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Like, you think when Venus and Serena are talking about their tennis days, they're talking about the gang that, like, protected them in the end? Like, what?
Yeah, probably not. But, yeah, I guess that's again just like a consequence of this being like Richard's story, you know. Like,
yeah.
I guess that part wouldn't have gotten passed down because he was kind of like protecting and shielding them from him, from the gang. But yeah, no, I kind of agree. Like, I forgot about the gang. So that shows how much it really mattered in the end, you know. Yes. Are you ready for ratings?
Yes, ratings.
I guess I'll go first. I gave this one a 3. I did like it. It was enjoyable. I didn't think it was like, I think it being in Richard's point of view kind of messed it up a little bit for me. Like a little more than I had like mentioned, but yeah, I don't know. It was good. And then again, there was kind of that like uncomfortableness of hating the main character that always never does well with me. So, yeah, those are kind of just the two big things that kind of hurt it for me. Again, I did like Will Smith's acting. I didn't like the kids as much because, again, like, I think part of it was, again, like, it was so much Richard's story that I feel like I didn't get to see them, like, act, you know? So, yeah, I did like the coaches and everything. And, again, like, I really loved, like, the tennis in the movie. So it was definitely an enjoyable movie. But, yeah, just a 3 overall for me.
Yeah. I gave this a 3.5. I, like you, I enjoyed it. I thought the tennis looked really good. I thought the acting top to bottom was really good. You mentioned you didn't notice the younger children acting. I think I saw them act. I think I paid attention to their acting more than you, and I think they were able to, like, hold their own in the scenes that they needed to. So that's good on my end. But like you, I think it was just the fact that this is Richard's story and not Venus and Serena's that really dinged it for me. And just that Uncut Gems vibe where I was just really frustrated and, like, anxious the whole time. I'm like, I want them to play. Like, come on, can we do this? Like, I want to see them, like, dominate tennis. Like, that's what they're known for. Let's see them do it. And just almost like them not having a voice, and I didn't like seeing that. So I think that was, like, my biggest ding. Like, in terms of, like, story beats and everything, it all worked. I just didn't like it.
Yeah. No, I definitely feel that. And, like, again, like, the hating Richard, like, it really extended the whole movie, you know? Like, once he kind of, like, started making those weird decisions, it was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of cascaded on itself, and then he, like, actually started being an asshole for kind of no reason, it seemed.
Yeah. Because it was... Yeah. Because he was paying attention to a plan that he had. But the thing that I don't like about when people have plans, but they're making me go, like, follow your plan, is, like, you also need to tell me the plan, too. Like, you want me to follow this plan, but you're not saying what the plan is. Like, tell me this plan, man. Like, I want to help. I want to be part of the plan, too. Like, the plan is about me. Tell me what the plan is.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of that, especially with I felt so bad for a lot of those coaches, too.
Yeah,
they were like, especially Rick, when he first came in, they were like, yeah, we're not doing tournament. He was like, yeah, we're not doing tournaments. And he's like, the fuck, man?
What? Like, literally, that's what we all do.
Like, you made me, he was like, you made me do this huge different deal and all this other stuff, and you made me include you having a job and giving you a house, and, like, your kids came down, too, in, like, an RV, like, we didn't even get a flight, like, and meanwhile, you don't want to do the thing that they're supposed to be doing whilst they're here, like, what? And just, like, constantly, like, backseat tennis coaching is what I'll call it.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
dude.
He was like kind of the worst. Like, he's like definitely that worst like sports dad or sports parent you'd want to be
very
around.
Messy.
You know?
He's very messy.
Very, very much.
So, final question: do you wish you saw this sooner, or I don't know what our sub question is for these kinds of
Do you wish it was
yet.
made sooner? I think that's what we've been doing.
Yeah. Or I guess the way like this was made, I don't know.
Yeah, this one, not really. Like, I still want the movie about Venus and Serena, so that's kind of where I'm at on this.
Yeah, that's me too. It's like,
kind of a no for
do you wish
me.
was this made sooner? The movie that I want wasn't made yet, it seems.
Yeah. But,
So,
yeah, that was King Richard.
That was King Richard.
YouTube housekeeping, like, comment, subscribe.
Ring the bell for notifications. If you have any movie suggestions for us, you can leave them in the comments down below. We do movies on Tuesdays and Fridays. All of our socials will be linked in the description box down below. And we'll see you next time to catch up. Bye. Like, you only see, like, from, like, here up for us, but next episode we'll, like, be in the shorts and you'll see the whole body.
Just know, we'll do, like, a stand-up 360 at the end of this show.
Just real quick.
Just so you know we're in the shorts.
But that was King Richard.
That was King Richard in his thighs.
In his thighs. Supporting character, the supporting thighs. Yeah.